In today's video, I'm going to explain how I get the projection of 135.54 on Solana at the 5th of June 2024, and how we also could see Solana rally up to $360.62 by the 30th of July this year. I'll also go through the Solana ecosystem to get you onto the radar of what could really go up in value. What you always want to be aware of and have in mind, if Solana is coming down, its ecosystem is coming down. But when it rallies, its ecosystem is rallying also. And we can see just at the current time, this fractal of price is playing out very well in terms of Solana's price action. Let's run the numbers. When Solana does well, its ecosystem does well, and the current narrative around RWAs or real-world assets is pretty important. Ondo has been going nuts recently. In terms of oracles, Chainlink and Pyth have been doing well also. This can give you a bit of an overview as to what is in the real-world asset landscape from Solana. When it comes to new wallet creation per month, Solana has been going gangbusters. When we compare it to January 2023, we're starting to see a fantastic uptick. This, of course, associates very strongly with price. When looking at the Solana ecosystem, we can see its market capitalization is pretty healthy, over $227.86 billion. The top plays on the Solana ecosystem are Link, Render, Dogwifhat, Whiff, The Graph, Arweave, Bonk. And we can currently see that Solana is 36% away from its all-time high, or its ATH. Solana currently has $6.311 billion in TVL, or total value locked. You can see how TVL and price are very intercorrelated and interconnected. As TVL comes up, that's really good for Solana. So we'll be watching on TVL to see if it's supporting price. Solana also has a broader ecosystem such as wallets, infrastructure, tooling and explorers, oracles, stablecoins, applications, gaming and NFT, and DeFi. It's important to understand if Solana is going up in value, the Solana ecosystem will be coming up in value as well. So it's really important to know when is Solana decreasing in value and increasing in value. And always remember, price is always moving in a wave. Even in an up wave of price, you're going to get down plays. So you must be aware of that and you must be prepared. If you're liking the content at the moment, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe. I'm not very good at drawing love hearts, am I? And please let me know in the comments, what would you like me to do this kind of analysis on? For example, people have been talking about ADA, XRP, and different crypto tokens. I'm very happy to do that. Please just drop what you would like me to analyze inside the comments. You could say that what we've just done is a bit of fundamental analysis on Solana. Solana with very fast execution times is a really attractive thing, and also low fees. But Solana's price is always moving up and down. What causes this up and down price momentum? The answer to that is CTKS structure, which is the world's most powerful structural levels, and you can see them, and we're going to go through them a little bit later on. You could say that the technical analysis aspect is the reality of Solana's adoption, and the fundamental analysis is the potential for Solana's price. They are very different things. You need to combine both. However, what you'll find is structure will override fundamentals always. Ken, what are you saying by that? Fundamentals mean everything. Well, if you understand how the markets move and what causes these waves, if you truly believe in the project that you're in, say you're an absolute believer in Solana, well, you would want to buy it down here, wouldn't you? You would want to dollar cost average in as much as humanly possible. You can't DCA from fundamentals a lot of the time. What happens inside markets is all the millions of players inside the market will just make up their minds on different things. And often it's the institutional players that will dictate where something goes and where it doesn't go. Now, let's get into this analysis. Let's have a look at this fractal. We've just had a major impact inside the crypto market. The Ethereum ETF was approved on the 23rd of May. The only other ETF approval that we've had recently was the Bitcoin ETF approval on the 10th of January. Now, when that occurred, many people thought that Bitcoin would just take off parabolically. It really depends on what's happening inside structure. Instead, we saw literally a 25% decrease on Solana. Of course, Bitcoin came down as well, but there was a disproportional weighting on the negative side momentum in Solana, and then it rallied up 166%. I'm taking that fractal of price between here and overlaying it here and here so we could have a bit of a guideline. If exactly the same thing happened when Bitcoin's ETF was approved, and it does take a bit of time for the ETFs to be actually approved. That's why you typically get a couple of weeks of negative price momentum. Now, if that's occurring, and we can see that Bitcoin and Ethereum and, of course, Solana are coming down because we know no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. So if Bitcoin was going up, Solana would be going up. But Bitcoin is currently coming down, and you can see how well this particular fractal is playing out at the current time. Now, fractals don't mean it's absolutely certain that we are going to come to these levels, both from the downside and the upside. What is actually certain is what is happening structurally below these levels. That's what we need to look at. This fractal is giving us a frame of reference, so if the same kind of things happen when the last spot ETF was approved, we would expect Solana to come down to this 135.54 by the 5th of June 2024, and by the 30th of July 2024, we would expect Solana to come up to this $360.62. A lot of people just get caught in the idea that price is going up and up forever. If you look at a price chart, you will quickly see that that just doesn't happen. Price is always moving up and down, up and down. This is the nature of price. Don't get caught into retail narratives that suggest only up or only down. Both are incorrect. Well, what is the correct thing? What we'll just do, just in a second, I'm going to pop on this indicator to reveal those CTKS structural support and resistance levels. You will find the price is always moving between them. So let's have a look at them, and I'm going to zoom in to this area. What I've just done is to zoom in to price. Now these bars are that fractal on a daily basis, and you can see here that the fractal was anticipating a little bit of upward movement, and we got that. Then the next fractal was anticipating a bit of down, we got that as well. Now a little bit of up, we can see it's following the fractal really quite well, but it doesn't mean it will continue to do. What we have to understand is where is the structure inside Solana. Now, the way that most people do structure is they'll throw on a moving average, and moving averages are very problematic inside the crypto space because a moving average is literally an average. For example, if you have 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, you've got 5 ones. The average of all of those values is, of course, 1. So the mean, median, and mode, and also average are all equal. But if you have a very large number first, like 100 million, and then 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, the average is not 1. Now, what does that mean? And that's why we talk about measures of central tendency, statistical measures. What you will find is inside the crypto market, price action is exponential. It's not linear. And when you come to measures of central tendency like averages, they rely on a lot of consistency within data points, like they want 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5 ones to give an average of 5 and a standard deviation of 0. What you will find with moving averages, they distort incredibly inside the crypto market. Crypto is not like the stock market, no way near it. So what we need to do is to look at it from a different perspective. And I know what I'm talking about because I used to lecture statistics both first and second year for many, many years. Let's pop on the indicator, which is the most statistically significant support and resistance levels that you will ever find. By popping on the indicator, we can see that at this 170.12 level, there is so much structural resistance. Now, unfortunately, we broke through it. We didn't even come back and retest it. We just sliced it down to the next structural support level. We came back, sought to retest, but this is decreasing in strength. What we can see is that we're adhering to a lower structural support level. This puts into play the lower structural level around that 151.40 mark. There's a whole science to interpreting these levels and also a standards-based process to draw them up. They're not random lines. Popping across to CTKSMethod.org, there are 2 levels of standard certification that you need to learn to be able to draw these lines. Level 1, standard certification, and Level 2. Of course, I'm very happy to share the levels, but just understanding that it does take some effort. Inside Level 1, standard certification, you learn all the foundations, and you can see it's quite involved. There is actually a few things that you need to do. I should say there are a few things you need to do. And when it comes to Level 2 standard certification, that's where the rubber hits the road. And there's a lot of knowledge in drawing up these lines. It may look very random, but it's not random at all. It's a very scientific process. The reason that I mention this is because there's a lot of science that underpins these lines. These lines are called structural levels, or Stanfield levels, or CTKS levels. Each level has a different thickness, and when you get an accumulation of very strong lines, that points to a very key point in the market. Right now, that is $170.12. That's a line you need to keep your eye on. If Solana cannot get ahead of this 170.12 mark and make its way up to the 176, it's going to have bearish momentum pushing it down. And the fractal currently suggests that we're up for a couple of weeks of negative momentum. But that's fantastic, because that means that you can buy more cheaply. Tomorrow's fractal is just pointing to a level of consolidation in the current price. But what is your theory? Do you think that Solana will go bullish and start to encounter all of this structural resistance? Or do you think it will go bearish and come down in value? Or do you think it will consolidate? Please let me know in the comments. It's really good to just think about these things. You must have 3 simultaneous strategies: a bullish case, a consolidation case, and a bearish case. And you need to have them simultaneously. This is a little bit different because most people say, it's just going up forever, or it's just coming down forever. But you know that's not the case. Price is just moving in a wave. I'll be making sure I update you on the progress of Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all the other cryptos. Please let me know in the comments, what would you like to see analyzed tomorrow? XRP, Doge, or ADA? Just let me know in the comments, XRP, Doge, or ADA. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.